Good morning and welcome to Tuesday's chair yoga. Make sure that your chair is stable, it's not going to fall apart, and that if you're on a slippy surface, that you've got a mat, a rug, something underneath the chair so that it doesn't slide away if we have to lean against it. If your feet are not touching the floor, if you're up on your tiptoes, then make sure that you've got a block and you put your feet on top of the block so that it lifts the feet, it keeps them off the floor. And you may need, well definitely today, you're going to need a band of some sort. It should hopefully be an elasticy one. I have two. This is kind of, the thin one is the one I should be using, but I will show you that you can do the same thing with the big one. So we're sitting back in our chair and sitting up nice and straight, making sure that our knees are in line with our hips, and if you use your fist in between the knees, that kind of gets them into the right place. Turn the shoulders out and down and let the palms come up. Tuck the chin in and keep it so it's sitting on top, it's not dropping down. We're going to breathe in through the nose. Breathe out first, and then as we breathe in, we're going to try and fill the whole of the lungs. So starting at the bottom and going all the way up, trying to get into the back, into the sides, and then when we need to, breathing out, and as if we're pushing everything back down, so the last bit that comes in is the stomach. Okay? stay nice and relaxed. We're going to imagine that our nose has a piece of chalk on it, and we're going to start to make a little circle with our nose. We're trying to make that circle bigger and bigger. And then we're going to try and make that circle bigger. Breathe in, and as we breathe out, let the body relax down. Big breath in. And as we breathe out, bring it down. Let's do 3 more. And relax. Bring our hands together. We're going to turn the hands so that the back of the hands together, and then bring the hands on top of each other, so they're coming on top. So we're bringing it over. They're together now, that's it. Then you're dropping them down. You're lifting them in towards you. You're pushing them forward. They might not go very far, don't worry. So we're bringing it back, we're taking it out, we're taking the one hand up, and then we're taking them down, and we're swapping them over. And again, we're taking it down, we're coming up, we're going forward. Bringing it back round. Give your arms and your hands a little shake. So we're going to take our fingers up, so they're facing up, and we're just going to pull our fingers back, giving our hands a nice stretch. And you'll feel this through the arm here. And then let's change sides. And then bring the fingers down, grab hold, and give the fingers a pull towards your armpit. And then changing sides, pulling. And then give the hands a little shake. Lovely. So from here, we're going to go into our cat and cow. So again, you can push with the hands and turn it round, or you can keep the hands on the chair and move around in that direction. I'm going to turn sideways so that it's easy to see what's happening with the hips. So from here, we're breathing out, tilting the pelvis, pushing forward. We're breathing in, reaching back. Now we're going to change, if we're doing it this way, the position of that little finger. So hopefully it'll be the opposite little finger on the end. Breathe out, push forward. Breathe in, take it back. Let's do 2 more, changing that little finger. And our last one. And bring it back in. So if you've got blocks, you may want to put a block on each side of your chair so that we're doing the side one. If you haven't got blocks, don't worry, just use your hand on your leg, and as you pull with your hand, push with your leg so that you'll keep yourself in one position. Okay, so it's up to you which way you do. So from here, we're going to breathe in, lift the arm up, or lift it as far as you can. So if you only want to go to there, just bring it to there. Breathe out, reach over to the side. If you've got that block, hold on to the block. Look up towards the ceiling. Breathe into that top lung. Try and stretch it as you're breathing in. We're doing 3 breaths. And then we're going to breathe out, bringing it back up. Breathe in, breathe out. Three breaths, trying to stretch that top lung. And breathing in, breathing out. Breathe in, breathe out. And in and out. Lovely. So let's take it into a twist. Bringing the hand across to the knee, opposite knee. You can use your hand on the chair. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, twist and look over the back. Thinking about where you're breathing. It should be a diagonal. And then bring it back to centre and a breath out. And let's try the other side. So hand down, hand at the back. Make sure you're still looking forward, and then twist. And then breathing out, bringing it back. So we can lift the arms up if we want to. We can breathe in and breathe out, twist. Breathe in, lifting the arms. Breathe out, take it round the other side. breathing in, breathe out. Lovely. So we'll take it into our forward bend. Now again, it always depends on what your back and what your blood pressure says. If you need to, keep your knees together so that your body rests on your thigh. That'll keep your back nice and straight and keep your head above your heart so that your blood pressure doesn't go up. If you want to, you can take the legs wider. You can have a block in between your legs so that when you go forward, you can either put your hand on the block or you may be able to even get all the way to the floor. So your choice. We're breathing in to lift and we're breathing out, reaching forward. Taking the hands down, the head down, anything down to wherever it wants to go. Everybody just relax here for 3 breaths. Let the head go, let the shoulders go if you're down. Now with both of them we're going to bring our hands back to our knees first. Lift our head up, look forward. And then use our hands to push us up. And then just think about, make sure that you feel okay. You don't feel sick or you don't feel dizzy. We're going to do one more. So breathe in. Breathe out. Bring the hands back to the knees. Lift the head up. Push the body up. Lovely. So bringing them feet back together in line with the hips. We're taking it down into our pelvic floor. So 5 of them, holding it for 10 seconds. If you want, remember you can put your block between your legs and squeeze the block, and that'll encourage you to use your pelvic floor as well. So we're bringing the shoulders down, we're sitting up nice and straight. We're starting at the back, then the front, and then we're pulling in at the stomach and we're holding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. So we're going to do it one more time, again, one more time, we've got 4 more to go. So at the back, at the front, at the belly, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Now understand the difference between tense and relaxing. So at the back, at the front, at the belly, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. Here we go again. At the back, at the front, at the belly, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Last one. At the back, at the front, at the belly, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Lovely. So we're going to do our marching. You may want to come forward a little bit on your chair. We're still pulling in that stomach muscle, pulling our pelvic floor, but we're going to try and lift our knees off the floor. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Lovely. So let's take it out into a point and flex and back in. Now remember, if you need to, you can hold that leg. Just try not to let the body drop down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, last one, 20. Lovely. You should have felt that right into the stomach muscles as well. So let's bring our foot up to work our hips. Lift your foot up, flex it, place it on your knee. So from here we're just letting the knee go, letting the hip go. We're just bouncing it if you want. And then we're going to change legs. So again, just letting the knee go, let the hip work. So you'll feel it in the knee, feel it in the ankles, feel it in the hips. Just listen out. Think about anything that you're feeling, good or bad. Don't judge it, don't worry about it, just notice it. Any differences between the two legs. And let's change sides. So again, we're going to bring our hands together, breathing out. Lean our elbow onto our knee, let our head rest in our head, in our knee, in our hand. And then we can start to work our fingers, our toes. Curl the toes, give them a pull, give them a twist. So about 10 in one direction, 10 in the other, and then move to the next toe. Pinch it, pull it, twist it, sort of circle it in one direction, then circle it in another direction. Thinking about anything that goes on there. We're going to work the toes in a bit. And again, open the toes, pushing one away from each other so that you're stretching them away from each other. And then just having a rub. While you're doing that, slide the foot over. You can always circle it, you can pull it backwards and forwards. Rub around the ligaments in the bottom of the foot. Again, we're going to work these in a bit as well. And then we're going to take it down. And just before we take up the other one, we're just having a think about how the knees, how the ankles, how the feet feel on either side. And then we can bring the other one up. So leaning forward, elbow down, head down. Have a play with your toes. And then bringing it down when you're ready. Lovely. So we're going to bring ourselves up to standing, and we'll do the chair pose if you want. Remember, your hands can be here, they can be here, they can be here, they can be here. It's up to you where you want to bring them to. I'm going to change the camera over so that you can see rather my feet rather than my upper body, or more of my feet I should say. So from here, having our legs in line with our thing, I'll start with my hands on my hips. And we're going to stand up, but we're going to take it halfway. So standing, holding it here, putting the shoulders back, tucking the chin in. And then we're going to breathe in, lifting up. And then we can sit down, so we're going down, breathing out. We're bending from the hips, we're pulling the shoulders back, we're keeping the chin tucked in. And then we're sitting down. I'm going to change side, change direction. So now I'm going to bring my arms up. In fact, I'll bring my arms out, it might be a bit easier. So we're lifting up and holding it here. Then we're pushing. We can lift the arms up, or we can keep them where they are. We're bringing them down, we're bending. We're holding it just there. Shoulders back, back nice and straight. Chin tucked in. Sit down. So let's go again. I'm taking the arms higher this time. Stand halfway. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, sit. Take a breath here if you need to. And then as you're breathing out again, sit down. Let's do one more up and down. So hands up. Breathe in. Hold it. You can breathe out here. And then on the next breath in, lift. Breathe out. Have a breath in. Breathe out. And we're going to stay up this time. So lift the arms up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, stretch up. Breathe out. Oh, bring the hands down. The snow's just dropped off my roof. It scared the hell out of me. I don't know what happened. So, we're going to the back of our chair. So we'll work our way up. We'll start at the heels. We're taking our foot back, keeping one foot forward. So you can use the chair. You don't have to use the chair if you don't want to. Push the front knee forward. Push the back knee backwards. And then lift, step it back in. So let's change sides. Take the foot out, bend the front knee, and then push the back knee away. So the two knees are going in opposite directions. And bring it back in. So let's take it back. See if you can step it back a little further. Again, pushing forward with the front knee, pushing back with the back knee. Now from here, we're going to straighten the front knee and bend the back knee. So we're sitting down and we'll feel it move a little bit further down from the calf to the Achilles and the ankles. Try to make sure that the foot doesn't roll in, that the outside edge of the foot is pushing down. And let's bring it back up. Step it in. So let's try the other side. So the foot goes back, we're bending the front knee, we're pushing the back knee straight, feeling that at the back of the knee, as well as their calf muscle. And then we're going to bend the back knee while we straighten the front and sit down. Making sure the outside edge is pushing down, we're not rolling in. You may feel this all the way up into your lower back as well. And then bringing it up. Stepping it in. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to turn backwards. We're going to step our foot back. We're going to bend and sit down into that back leg so the front leg stretches. And we're just moving our heel from side to side. So this time you do go over into the bridge, lifting the outside edge up. But then you try and take it back the other way. Everything's nice and slow. You're focusing on that leg. And then we bring it back to a centre. And we step it back in. So we're taking it, changing sides. So the foot's down, we're bending that back knee, we're straightening that front knee. We're just moving the foot gently side to side. Bring it back to centre. Step it in. Let's take it into our aerobics. I'll stay this way. We're taking the foot out to the side. We're bringing it back. We're kicking it backwards so that we'll feel the stretch through here and feel it tighten through there. Bring it back. Then we're pushing our hips forward, pulling our shoulders back, not letting our head drop, keeping that tucked in, but again feel the stretch through the waist. And then bring ourselves back up. Watch our side. So again, we're taking it out to the side. We're bringing it back in. We're taking it back. We're bringing it down. We're pushing our hips forward. We're rolling back. Lovely. And bringing it back up. And let's do one more. Out to the side. And back. And reversing, stretch the front of the body, bring it back. Stretching the inner thighs, stretching the front of the thighs, stretching the front of the body, and bring it back up. Let's take it into our down dog version. So on the back of the chair or the seat of your chair, whichever you prefer, it doesn't really matter. So if you bring it down, you're going to step back and you're pushing your head between your arms, pushing them heels to the floor. If you have to bend the knees to keep that back nice and straight, then bend the knees. But you want to have your shoulders rolling back towards each other. You don't want to be curling. So, oh no, that's okay. I'm just going to change the camera so I can get everybody. Good, good, good. That's better. I can see it's all perfect there. And then this is stretching the back of the body, so through the bum muscles, through the backs of the legs, through the shoulders. So we're going to come up and kind of lean forward onto our hands. It's not in a full plank, we're just having it here and having a rest. And we're going to push back into down dog. If you're sitting all day at a chair at a computer, try this. It's really, really nice. Really stretches the shoulders and the back. And then bring it back up. So now I've got you with your seat of your chair. I'm going to get you to bring your feet in a little bit closer so that you're sort of in a half. That's better, that's it. So from here we're going to do a press up, but we're going to take one foot back and have one foot on our tiptoes. Now from here again, you don't want the elbows going out. You want to try and turn the elbows so they're going to come backwards. And then you're going to bend the elbow and push back up. Bend the elbow, push back up. 3, 4, and we're just going to do one more. 5. We're going to bring the foot down, we're going to bring that other foot in. So we're changing sides. We're taking the foot back, we're bringing the other one up onto its tiptoe. Making sure the elbows are facing forward. Breathe out and breathe in. Squeeze your stomach muscles at the same time, your pelvic floor. 3, 4, 5. And bring the foot down, bring it in. And like you'll feel that, whether even though you'll know that you still got your leg down, you'll still feel that through the arms. So from here, bend the knees, and let's bring ourselves back up. What am I doing? So we're going to take ourselves down onto our chair. We're going to do our feet. Now, if you've got one of these, or if you've got a slightly thinner one, even better. But you can do both of them. You're going to start with the one foot. You're just going to let your foot sort of rest against the chair. Take one foot out. You're not using that foot. You're going to wrap your elastic around your big toe. Then bring it up and just hold the elastic. Your toe can be on the floor, but you're resting your hand on your leg. You're then going to lift your big toe off the floor and you're going to push it down, lifting it up and pushing it down. And then relax it. Now with this, our toe, when we're walking and we're moving forward, it's the toe that gives us the spring. We can do this with all the other toes as well, but I'm just going to do the big toe today. The next time we'll try all of the toes, but just so that we can sort of get used to that toe. So we're going to change sides. I might do that. I might do all the toes. So again, we're wrapping it round. We're bringing it up, we're holding it tight, placing our hand, resting it down, then lift your big toe up and place it down, lifting it up and placing it down. 3, 4, 5. So make sure that your hand's rested, that you're not moving the arm up and down, that it stays there. The only thing that's moving is your big toe, that's going up and down. But it shouldn't be your hand shouldn't be moving. It should just be your big toe going up and down. That's better. And then release. So let's see if we can take it all the way down. So we'll stick with this one foot. We'll start again with the big toe and then we'll move our way down through the toes. So we're bringing it round. Resting it over the arm. So if you let your arm just rest on your leg and then place the band into your hand. Then lift the toe up and down. And then release. Let's take it to the next toe. So again, rest the hand, bring the band up, place it in your hand. Try and again lift and bring the toe down. It doesn't matter if all the toes go. It's that one that's got a bit of resistance on it, but they're working different ligaments in the leg. But you should also probably feel them into the knees as well. And then let's change toes. And again, let's change. And then move it to our little toe. Now what I noticed is I can do this toe, where the foot, my little toe don't move. And let's change feet. So let's start, so we'll rest that foot. Start with the big toe. Rest the arm. Place the elastic over it, tense the hand. Up and down with the big toe. And let's change toes, sorry. As well as doing this and working these intricate muscles ligaments in the foot, you'll also find that it's starting to stretch the toes as well. And let's change. And change. Ooh, that one hurt. And what I've noticed is that this foot is absolutely terrible. There's quite a few ligaments in this one that I had to think about to move. My little toe doesn't want to move at all. And then relax. So with the feet, what I'm going to try and get you to do is to dome this area. So by squeezing and trying to make a dome, but try to keep your toes relaxed. And you want to make sure that the outside edge stays on the floor. You don't want that to roll up. So you're trying to dome your foot, but keep the toes relaxed and hold it for 3 seconds. And then relax it. And let's do it again. We're going to try and dome, pulling the front of the foot towards the back of the foot. and relax. And let's do one more. Just try and keep them toes relaxed, keep pushing down through that outer edge. And relax. Now this is works your plantar flexor. So it's trying to work what we call hot foot. So it's trying to work that area as well. So again, let's try the other foot. So we're trying to dome it, trying to pull in, but we don't want to squeeze with the toes like we do when we're trying to cherry pick. It's not the same as that. And then relax. So pulling it back. It's only a small movement. And then relax. And let's do one more. Pull it back. And relax. And then with your toes, if you push your toes forward, so you're bringing them up and down. So that we can relax them back out. We've done quite a lot with them today. And then give your legs a little shake. So I'm going to bring it back up. We're going to take ourselves into eagle pose. So we're bringing our one leg over. If you can hook it round your ankle, do so. If don't worry about it. Now the knee that's on top, that's going to be the opposite arm. If you want, you can just stay here and pull that arm, or you can bring it up and you can hold it here, or you can turn the hands in and grab there. It doesn't matter, again, it's up to you. You're going to lift the arm up and reach back. So you're stretching backwards. So you're lifting up and reaching back. And then bring it back down. Undo the arms and undo the leg. So change inside. Bring the leg over. Hook it round if it can go. Don't worry if it can't. Either pull that arm towards the side or bring it in to eagle. Breathe in, lift. Lifting the elbows to the ceiling, stretching back. And bring it down. Undo the arms, undo the legs. Let's do one more. Last one. Undo. So bring yourself back into your chair. If you need to, put them blocks under your feet. If you want to, put a jacket or something over you, just so that you're nice and warm. Turn your palms down, roll your shoulders down, tuck your chin in. We're going to start to think about that breathing again. So you're breathing out, and then you're going to breathe into the base of the stomach, trying to fill up through the back, through the sides, all the way up to the top, and then breathing out as if you're being pushed, and you're pushing all the air out right down to here. As you breathe in, the air will pop, and it'll fill everything back up again. Okay, and that's all I want you to think about. So closing your eyes, think about your breathing. Just make sure that you're not tightening any muscles, that your jaw's relaxed, that you're not holding your shoulders up, that they're relaxed. There's no tightness in the hands. You're not squeezing your stomach muscles or your pelvic floor. You're not tensing your feet up. And then once you check that, go back again to that breathing, just checking it, making sure where it's coming in, where it's going out. Thoughts may come into your head, and that's okay. That happens all the time. It's just learning to know when you're being taken by that thought. Just bring yourself back to your breath. It doesn't matter if it happens once or 100 times. It doesn't matter. Because every time you notice it, bring yourself back to the breath. Outside influences, or something in here, or smell, or sense. Again, as long as it's got nothing to do with you. You know you've got people in the house and they're just walking through. And try not to let yourself be followed by that. And there you are. Again, just bring yourself back to your breathing. breathe out through the mouth. Bringing it down. Breathing again. Reaching one hand and then the other. And as you breathe out, bring it down. Go. Thank you for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed it. Any problems, just give me a shout. Just turn these off.